Have you ever had a business idea, one that gets you really excited, but you just had no clue where to even start? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a step-by-step playbook for launching a business, and it's all built from the experience of Chris Kerner, a guy who's launched over 80 different ventures. Let's get into his playbook. But before we get into any of the tactics, we have to start right here with this quote. This is the foundational mindset. Kerner says this is the absolute key. Your need, the pain of the problem you want to solve, it just has to be way stronger than your fear of what other people might think or say. And look, when you've launched that many businesses, you learn a thing or two. His approach is all about practical, repeatable steps that actually work. So that's what we're going to do. We're breaking down his exact playbook for turning an idea into a real money-making business. So first up, we're starting with what Kerner says is the most important part of this whole thing, the founder's mindset. Why? Because the biggest thing stopping you probably isn't a lack of money or even a great idea. Nope, it's what's going on right up here, inside your own head. You know, it's so easy to think the problem is not having the right software or the perfect billion-dollar idea. But Kerner's breakdown shows something else entirely. A massive 70%, 7-0, of an action comes down to one thing: fear of judgment. We're literally talking about being afraid of what some random person you went to high school with might say on Facebook. Getting over this is step one. It's everything. Okay, so once you've started to tackle that fear, what's next? Well, it's time for the copycat strategy. And this is where we're going to flip the script on a huge myth. See, the best way to start isn't to be some genius inventor with a brand new idea. It's to be a smart investigator. This right here, this is a total game changer of a perspective. Most of us, we get an idea, we Google it, and oh no, we see it already exists, and we just give up. Kerner does the complete opposite. He gets excited. Why? Because a competitor proves there's a market. They've already gone to the front lines, done the hard work, and taken all that initial risk for you. So how do you actually do this? Here's Kerner's 4-step method. First, you find a winner, someone who's already crushing it. Then, and this is the cool part, you use a tool like the Web Archive to literally go back in time and see their journey. What did their first website look like? Third, you use something like SimilarWeb to analyze their traffic. Where are their customers coming from? And finally, the most important part, you launch your business based on where they are today, not where they started. You get to skip all their early mistakes. Okay, so you've got the right mindset and you've found a model to copy. But what about all the time and money it takes to build something? Well, that brings us to our next big idea: validate before you build. This is all about testing your idea ridiculously fast and cheap, like 2 hours cheap. Let's just get crystal clear on what we mean by validation. It's not about building a perfect, beautiful product. No, it's just about getting a quick signal from the real world. Do people actually care about this thing before you pour months of your life or thousands of dollars down the drain? So what's the best tool for this super fast validation? Well, according to Kerner, it's something you probably already use every single day. It's a tool that 1 in 4 humans on planet Earth uses. That's right, it's Facebook. He just says we need to stop scrolling on it and start using it as a powerful machine for testing our ideas. And here is a perfect, tangible example. Let's say you want to sell creatine for women, but you don't know if they'd prefer gummies or the classic powder. You don't need to actually manufacture anything. Just use AI to create some realistic-looking product images. Then, you post both versions on Facebook Marketplace like they're real products for sale. Track the views, the clicks, the messages, and just like that, within a couple of hours, the market will literally tell you which idea is better. It's that simple. Now that we've covered the mindset and how to validate an idea, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about a concrete business you can start for just $500. This is all about turning a small stake into a real live venture. First off, just let that number sink in. $500. Kerner is so adamant that you do not need a massive bank loan or venture capital to get started. In fact, he estimates that 90% of his ideas can be launched for $500 or less. That makes starting a business so much more accessible than we're led to believe. So, here's a brilliant idea for right now. The problem? It's huge. Almost all small businesses know they should be using AI, but almost none of them actually are. The service you provide? Simple. You become their guide. You use these new vibe coding tools where you just type what you want in plain English to build simple AI solutions for them. You find clients with local ads, think gutter cleaners, repair shops, and the model is beautiful. You charge a setup fee and then a recurring monthly retainer. It's a perfect modern service business. Now, all of these tactics, this entire playbook, it's powered by one final, absolutely crucial principle. It's not really a strategy, it's more of a habit. You have to shrink the gap. This is all about developing a powerful, undeniable bias for action.
Think about it. We all have ideas, all day, every day. The master skill, the thing that separates the dreamers from the doers, is shortening the time between that little spark of an idea and taking that first tiny step. That first action builds momentum, and believe me, momentum is what carries you through all the challenges that are definitely coming.
Kerner has this incredible way of explaining it. He uses a deep-sea fishing analogy. He says entrepreneurship is like this vast, massive ocean. And way too many of us, we go out there, we cast our line a couple of times, we don't get a bite, and we just go home convinced there are no fish in the sea.
But the pros, the real entrepreneurs, they don't do that. No way. They stay out on the water, they experiment, they try different bait, they try a different depth. They'll even try something ridiculous like putting a brightly colored McDonald's straw on the line because you never know what might actually work. The goal is to just keep casting, keep testing, keep trying.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Forget about the grand 5-year business plan for just a moment. Based on everything we've just talked about, what is one tiny, super low-friction thing you can do on your idea right now in the next 10 minutes to shrink that gap and start building some real momentum?